hello, we are back again. My brother Johnny, who's the pilot, and Jordan is sitting in the back. You can't see him. And of course, it's me, Miss William. Hi again, class. Right now, we're getting situated. I've been seated and locked in. We'll be ready to get
Okay, now we should be able to hear everybody now. Turn it over just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna put Quincy into the GPS so that way we know where we're at all times. I'll leave this door open just a little bit, and if you get kind of hot, you can turn your air on right here now. And again, if something happens to me, you know, to pull this down and pull that handle out, pull this down, then this is a handle here. And that handle, if you pull that handle, it fires a rocket out of the back of the tail back there, and then a parachute will develop, and the whole plane will float down to the ground. So that is something happens to me.
Okay, that's very confident. Know that. All right, we in a plane that has a parachute. Very confident to know.
Here we're gonna put Quincy in the GPS.
And of course, most of all, you know, we're excited about, you know, this plane having a parachute, but most of all, we pray and we thank God for His safety and us. And like I said, it's a beautiful day. The sky is clear. We pray and thank God for keeping us safe up in the air. All right.
Okay, now what I'm about to do is you're going to hear some radio noise. It's going to be the weather that's here locally here at Quincy. So I'm about to turn the radios on too so that I can hear what the weather's like here in Quincy.
Quincy Municipal Airport, automated weather observation 2138 Zulu weather, wind 100 at 3, visibility more than 10, sky condition clear below 12,000, temperature 20 Celsius, 2.2 Celsius, altimeter 3020. Quincy Municipal Airport,
you don't have to hold it anymore.
Weather observation 2139 Zulu weather, wind 100 at 4.
Okay, so everybody buckled in, and we're going to get ready to go to the 14 over here, and we're going to take off to the southeast. Quincy traffic, Cirrrus 963 Charlie Delta is going to taxi from parking to runway 14, back taxi 14, Quincy traffic.
Hey, we on that way?
Quincy traffic, 3 Charlie Delta is going to back taxi 14 and depart to the southeast, Quincy traffic. Okay, so what you do when you're at an uncontrolled airport like Quincy, where there is no tower or someone guiding the airplanes, you just kind of announce your intentions, because everybody that's flying in this area here will be on the frequency for the airport that's here in Quincy. And when you announce your intentions, they know what you're doing, and then you kind of yourself clear of whatever he's doing to make your decisions based on whatever that person is doing or the persons when they announce whatever they're doing. So we are going to actually take off in the other direction, but we're coming down to the end of the runway so that we got all the runway that we can use to be airborne. Okay, now I'm going to just turn around. And I'm going to do one last set of checks to make sure everything is all good. Circle right there I was telling you that we got to stay out of. We got to stay below 1,400 feet. Okay. Shut my door. Everybody's doors are shut. Everybody got on the seatbelts. Okay, everything's all good. Landing light is on. And gonna give it power. And we're gonna go call them up and let them know we're taking off. Quincy traffic, Cirrrus 963 Charlie Delta is departing runway 14 to the southeast, Quincy traffic.
All right. See, this is the fun part. All right, sending a shout out to all of my students, to the faculty, staff at East Gadsden. This is the fun part to me. When you get ready, you go, whoa, hey, we up in this air now. We up in there. All right, all right. Nice being up here, up in the clouds. Well, we're not quite up in the clouds. We just getting up out airborne.
Okay, what I'm looking for is we're going to find Highway 90. And that's Highway 90 because there's a hospital over there.
Okay.
And so I'm going to follow Highway 90 down to East Gadsden. That's a little hospital over there. I'm going to go up to 1,500 feet.
How you doing back there, Jordan? I'm doing good. How y'all doing? All right, doing good.
Okay, so that's Highway 90 down below. It's on the right-hand side there.
Okay.
I'm gonna have the Highway 90 on my side. Well, I can see there's East Gadsden right there, so I see it already. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn to East Gadsden. It's East Gadsden right there.
Okay, there it is. You can see. No time at all. It's one thing about a plane that I like about the plane is that it's where you're going.
Okay, so here's East Gadsden down here below us. There's your football field.
Hey. Oh, mother mighty Jaguar. Woo!
I'm going to get us another shot coming from there. Now, if you want to take the camera down and get a...
But I know how to take it down.
All right. I'm going to put the autopilot on, then I'll take it down.
Okay. Now,
as long as I'm down below 1,400 feet, I can go into the... I got to stay right there out of Tallahassee airspace.
Highway 90. Okay, so you getting ready to put it on autopilot?
Yes.
That's a good feature of a plane. You put on autopilot means that basically the plane is flying itself.
Turn around and go back to East Gadsden first.
Visibility is really clear. Like I said, it's really nice. It's a beautiful day today, and visibility is everything. It's really nice. It's really nice up here.
And there's East Gadsden down below us. Since we're going into the sun, it's probably not showing so good right now at the moment. I'm going to turn us around so that the sun is in our back. There's the airport over yonder.
Traffic, Bonanza 669, 6 Delta B taxi in the runway 14 Quincy.
Oh, Quincy, East Gadsden got they got a football field, don't they? They got a baseball field too?
Yes. They got a field with, they play baseball.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to put the autopilot on and then take the camera down so that way we can see it, but that's the airport right there.
Okay.
Turn us around. I'll take the camera down. That's Highway 90 down below us on my left side over here.
How many feet are we up in the air?
We're 1,140 feet.
Okay.
And we are doing 129 miles an hour right now. Well, 130 knots, which is about roughly 140, 150 miles an hour.
Hey, it feel good to break the speed limit up in the air. Oh, woo!
Okay, I'm going to turn this around. And then I'm going to take the autopilot on for a moment and take the camera down and... I need to... Jordan, hold that stick. Hold that pole for me.
All right.
Hold it. I'm going to pull.
Quincy traffic, Bonanza 669, 6 Delta B departing runway 14, right turn out.
Okay, there's East Gadsden down there. I'm going to take the autopilot off so you'll hear a series of beeps. Actually, I'm going to leave the autopilot on just for a second. And of course, here's your school teacher.
Hey, how you doing? Woo!
There's Jordan back there.
What's up? Woo! Hey, what's up? What's up?
Okay, there we go. I might have had it, I think I had it upside down for a minute there, but there we go. There's East Gadsden. And here we go. Let's try that again. There she is. She's not upside down now.
Hello. Hey, flying is lovely. Send a shout out. Hey, Javante, Miss Clove, Miss Collins. How you doing?
Tallahassee out in the distance up yonder. I'm going to turn us around. That's a series of beats. All the pilots going on.
The home of the mighty Jaguars. we have a nice view up here.
Just remember to keep it held this way. You can just...
Now, Dr. Walker, how long have you been flying?
Roughly about since 1989. So I don't know. I'm not good with the math, but that's over 20 years.
Okay.
I'm retired from the military, retired from the Army, and I was flying while I was in the Army. It wasn't my military job as a pilot, but I learned to fly while I was in the Army. And I did that in Louisville, Kentucky, and of course since then I've been flying at every military place that I've gone to. Several states here in the United States, Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Kentucky, Georgia, I may have said that.
Okay, and for one of the students in the future wanted to get their pilot's license, what are the procedures, what are the steps that they have to take in order to secure their pilot license?
Okay, you have to be, I don't even know whether there's a specific age limit. I think you have to be at least probably 16, 17 years old, but the FAA requires that you get 40 hours, a minimum of 40 hours of flight time. 20 hours of that, then this is for a private pilot.
On 5182 kilos, 17 to the south, we'll enter the right traffic for runway 14, Quincy.
And this is for a private pilot. And then, of course, as a private pilot, you have to have 20 hours of that 40 hours, 20 of them should be, or must be solo time, you flying by yourself, and then 20 hours with an instructor. Of course, a variety of different instructors. I mean, in some occasions you can be ready at 40 hours. It's rather a little bit unusual, but not unheard of. I think the average is about somewhere between 50 and 60 hours when an instructor tends to think you're about ready, on average. Of course, that could possibly be disputed in some cases, but I think just saying on average, that's probably about right. I know I had about 55 hours of flight time before my instructor felt that I was ready to go in front of the flight examiner for him to pick me up and let me show him some of the maneuvers that were required. Okay, there's East Gadsden. One more shot of East Gadsden.
Shout out again, the home of the mighty Jaguars. Right, East Gadsden over to the right. Dr. Walker, when did you realize that you wanted to be a pilot?
Well, when I was my first military duty station back in 1978, actually it would have been the second time. My first duty station I was at Fort Hood, Texas, and then I went to Germany, and of course I was basically we'll just say an infantryman. I was a cavalry scout, and of course had a lot of helicopter pilots flying around us. And
Captain Travis, Cherokee 12493, Juliet, 6.5 miles to the southeast, or southwest, be landing runway 15.
Of course, then when I came back to the States, went back to Fort Hood, Texas again, and then I was really around a lot of the aviators, and then at that time I thought about, I really wanted to be a helicopter pilot. But for a variety of different reasons that never materialized, and that's when I decided that I wanted to just go ahead and be an aviator on my own, and that's why I started going to flight school. So that was in early 80s.
Okay. What advice life advice that you would give to concerning their career goals?
On 582 kilos.
Well, you know,
be entering the right pattern for runway 14, Quincy.
Okay, we're going to get ready to go over and land, so I'm going to need to do a few things first, and I'll answer that question. There's an airport directly in front of us here.
Hey.
So I'm going to give Quincy, I got to give them a call and let them know I'm coming in to land. Okay, Quincy traffic, Cirrrus 963 Charlie Delta is 3 miles, going to enter a right downwind for runway 14, Quincy traffic, 3 miles to the north, 3 miles to the south.
Okay, Quincy traffic, Navy on 582 kilos 8 to the south.
Jordan.
We're sending through 2,000 feet.
Jordan.
We'll be number 2, Quincy. We'll be making right traffic, runway 14.
Okay, so what I would say, of course, I went into the military, and while I was in the military, of course, I got my degrees. I got a degree, 2 degrees while I was in the military. So I used the military as a sort of like a trade school. People that go in the military, you know, they should consider the jobs that they may want to do. I went in initially. I was in combat arms, as we call it, with tanks, and then I decided that I wanted to do something that would be different when I got out of the military, and that's when I decided I was going to do computers. So I learned to be a computer repairman, and through that job I was able to become an officer then. Quincy traffic, Cirrrus 963 Charlie Delta is on a right downwind for runway 14, Quincy traffic.
Quincy traffic, Navy on 5 to the south, will be number 2 behind us here. We're heading to the south.
Okay, we are preparing for landing.
Quincy traffic, 3 Charlie Delta is turning right base for 14, Quincy traffic.
Hey, this look like the Florida mine down here.
$500.
Okay, we're coming in to our landing. Runway is just right ahead of us, as you see.
Quincy traffic, Navy on dinner.
All right, we're coming in.
Right downwind 14, Quincy.
All right. Woo! Yeah, baby. All right, that was, I got to give the pilot a shout out. That was a good landing. Hey.
Okay. Quincy traffic, 3 Charlie Delta is clear active at Quincy. Quincy traffic, 3 Charlie Delta is going to taxi to parking.
As you heard him, we're going over to park. Nice trip up, and I encourage any of you, to go up and fly into us.
Quincy traffic, Navy on right base 14, Quincy.
I want to tell my brother, Dr. Walker, thank him for taking us up, and thank him for agreeing to make this video for me and for my students. I hope that this video will be inspiration to you. And what's so good about it?
Final 14, Quincy.
As I said, this is, as we know, February is Black History Month, and how many students, how many African American pilots do you know personally? And it's a blessing, to have a brother as a pilot. I've flown different places with him. I've been to Colorado. We've been to Miami. It's just been really good, and it's really good to have a brother as a pilot, and he's just so liberal about flying us, wherever you want to go. And I just want to tell him thank you for that, and So I just want to commend him for all the okay, we want to get him here. I just want to commend him for just being a pilot and all the things, all his accomplishment. He's the person when I thought about selecting someone to feature for Black History Month, I thought about my brother Johnny. You know, sometimes we get famous people. You know, I thank God for Dr. Martin Luther King, Abernathy, and Malcolm X, and Medgar Evers, and James Meredith, you know, Rosa Parks, all those different great civil rights leaders who paved the way. There was a time when this wasn't possible for a black man, you know, to be a pilot and to own his own plane.
So taxi across the grass to the gas pump there.
Oh, we appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to send a shout out to Johnny, and Johnny, I just want to say thank you. Or like we said, all your is Black History Month. This is Miss Williams sending a shout out again to the faculty, staff, and students of East Gadsden, home of the mighty Jaguars, where the principal is Dr. Kimball Thomas. Again, I want to say hallelujah.
Where is East Gadsden?
Where's East Gadsden?
Yes.
East Gadsden is in Midway.
Midway,
Florida.
Florida. Oh,
yes, okay. Yes, it's in Midway.
Midway, Florida.
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Yes, 9th through 12th grades. Again, this students, faculty, staff, this will end our video. I hope you enjoy it. And again, I'm featuring my brother, Dr. Johnny Walker. Jordan, do you want to say anything?
Well, I want to just say thank you for the flight, and it was very fun. And this time, I didn't even cry. I had the confidence that I was on our side keeping us, that nothing did happen to us. And thank you for the fight again, Uncle Johnny.
Welcome.
Okay. All right, students. I see you.
Bye.